What if the universe itself wasn't just indifferent, but hostile? A cold, infinite void where ancient forces toy with our fragile reality. What if the broadcasts that we trust, those harmless retro signals from our televisions, were windows into something far more terrifying? Tonight, we're diving deep into the uncanny intersection of analog horror and cosmic dread. Creations that force us to confront the unexplainable. So turn off the lights, put your feet up, settle in, crack open a Coke, and prepare to question everything you thought you knew about the cosmos and your place in it. To understand why cosmic horror and analog horror are such a perfect match, we need to explore the origins of cosmic horror. Popularized by writers like H.P. Lovecraft, cosmic horror is defined by the emphasis on the unknown, the incomprehensible, and humanity's insignificance in the vastness of the universe. It's not about jump scares or gore. It's about existential dread. The fear that we are mere specks of dust at the mercy of forces we can never understand, let alone control. Analog horror thrives on this same principle. The degraded visuals and cryptic messages evoke a sense of mystery and unease. When paired with cosmic horror themes, it creates a perfect storm. Technology is a harbinger of revelations too terrifying to comprehend. The analog format, with its static, distortion, and fragility, feels like a remnant of forgotten knowledge. It's as if these broadcasts weren't meant for us, or worse, were designed specifically to lure us in. Local 58, the groundbreaking analog horror series by Chris Straub, is a masterclass in cosmic horror. Each episode lures you in with the aesthetics of vintage television broadcasts, only to unravel into something far more sinister. Take the infamous Contingency episode, a fake emergency broadcast urging mass suicide under the guise of patriotism. But if you look deeper, you'll find chilling hints of cosmic manipulation. Who or what could orchestrate such a broadcast? Then there's weather service. A celestial body we've romanticized for centuries is now transformed into an instrument of madness and death. It's not just horror, it's a reminder of our smallness in the face of a universe we barely comprehend. In the video Real Sleep, the idea of control shifts inward. The episode suggests that even our dreams, a sanctuary of the mind, can be weaponized by external forces. Local 58 doesn't just ask us to fear the unknown. It forces us to question the reliability of our senses, and our technology, and even our own minds. What makes Local 58 so effective is its use of suggestion. It leaves spaces in its narrative, unanswered questions, fragmented broadcasts, and incomplete instructions. For example, what exactly happens when you look at the moon, or who is behind the eerie commands to end your life? These gaps aren't flaws. They're deliberate. They activate your imagination, forcing you to become a participant in the horror. Your mind races to fill the blanks, and in doing so, you create a version of the story that's uniquely tailored to your own fears. The horror becomes deeply personal because it adapts to you. Whatever you fear, losing control, being watched, the vastness of space, Local 58 gives you just enough to trigger those anxieties, leaving the rest to your imagination, where the most terrifying possibilities lie. If we're going to talk about cosmic horror and analog horror together as one, we need to revisit Gemini Home Entertainment. Remy Abode takes analog horror to an ecological and cosmic scale. The series starts innocently enough, a collection of VHS tapes about wildlife and geography, but soon, the cracks in the facade begin to show. Entities like woodcrawlers and nature's mockery aren't just monsters. They're the invasive agents of a cosmic force known as the Iris. The Iris isn't a villain you can fight or reason with. It's a vast, incomprehensible organism that thrives by consuming planets and their biomass. The existential horror here isn't just in what it does, but in the realization that Earth is not humanity's domain. We are neither tenants nor owners, merely livestock. The VHS format used in Gemini Home Entertainment isn't just an aesthetic choice, it's a narrative tool. Each tape feels like a warning left behind by those who came before us, or perhaps even a lure utilized by the iris itself. The degraded quality and abrupt cuts suggest we're only seeing fragments of the truth, and that makes it all the more terrifying. By blending ecological horror with cosmic dread, Gemini Home Entertainment taps into a fear that feels especially relevant today. The fragility of our planet and our role as insignificant players in the grander scheme of the universe. Every piece of the puzzle feels earned. You're not just watching a story unfold, you're excavating it. And as you do, you realize that the pieces don't make a comforting whole. Instead, they reveal a chilling picture of a reality where humanity is powerless against forces it cannot hope to understand or stop. A force that has the ability itself to bend even reality and the subconscious mind to its will. In more recent years, a new series has slid its infectious roots into the community and combines both the vaporwave aesthetics of the 80s and 90s with the existential cosmic dread we've all come to enjoy. Now, as far as the series has unfolded, it tells the story of a heavenly body. The government discovers this meteorite has fallen into the Midwest, and upon arriving, it unleashes a plague born from the backwards beyond. Chaos ensues, and the lines between reality blur. Not only does this masterpiece incorporate some of the best concepts of cosmic horror, akin to The Thing, it borrows one of the best tropes that horror can capitalize on: religious ideologies. Azrael, or AZ-001, is a harbinger of the end times, and the apostles it creates are arbiters of the apocalypse. To others, however, this is the face of God itself. Midwest Angelica also excels in subtle storytelling. Each clue, a fragment of distorted audio, a reference to AZ-001, draws us deeper into a mystery that remains maddeningly out of reach. The whispers of something vast and unknowable creep through every frame, reminding us that the most terrifying answers are the ones we'll never fully understand. Like its counterparts, Midwest Angelica uses ambiguity as a weapon. It refuses to spoon-feed its audience, trusting you to connect the dots, and in doing so, it ensures that the horror feels deeply intimate. The questions it raises linger long after the screen goes dark, nesting in your thoughts like seeds of dread. Analog horror and cosmic horror are two sides of the same terrifying coin. They tap into our primal fears of the unknown, of insignificance, or of forces far beyond our comprehension. Local 58, Gemini Home Entertainment, and Midwest Angelica don't just scare us. They challenge us to confront the possibility that humanity is not the protagonist of the universe. So the next time you're scrolling late at night and stumble upon a cryptic video, ask yourself, what if it's more than fiction? What if it's a warning? If you enjoyed this descent into analog and cosmic horror, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite analog horror series in the comments below. And let's uncover more mysteries together. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, stay weird.